Hello everyone, Reggie Time here again with another episode of my 13L on Snap Poker series. No idea what number this is, lost count, doesn't matter. If you're liking the videos, please do continue hitting the like button. I'm liking that happening. Please do continue to share the videos. I'm noticing quite a few shares going up. And also please do subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. If you have any questions about hands I play that I don't explain too well on video, please do ask and I'll be delighted to respond in the chat. And yeah, just get involved, just make the channel. I want the channel to be interactive. The more you guys get involved, the more I can be involved, and hopefully we can have quite a lot of fun with it. Let's get cracking. It's going to be approximately a 35 to 40 minute video. The last of the Poker After Dark is on tonight. I don't know who's playing. I think Tom Dwan's playing again. I think Dor Brunson was scheduled to play, which brings me to something that I want to talk about. But he's just recently tweeted out that, well, not recently, but today he tweeted out that he doesn't think he's going to play. And it's just, he openly admitted he doesn't think his game is where it needs to be to compete with his games, and he said he felt uncomfortable in the previous night's show, which I think takes an awful lot of courage in like how modern poker is, where people are just like generally unpleasant to anyone they think sucks, including poker royalty like Dor Brunson. And don't get me wrong, I'm no fan of Dor Brunson's political views, but as a poker stalwart and a poker legend, he's one of my favourite players. Not one of my favourite people. But anyway, that's by the by. I don't want to get into all that nonsense now. It's a poker channel, not a politics channel. Right. Ace Queen first. Let's deal with one thing at a time. Start off by 3-betting. Then we'll get back onto my thoughts on Dor Brunson's game selection. I think we have to bet this Ace Queen here. Not in love with it because we haven't hit, and I like hitting, and we do have a good shot. We do have a good shot, and I'm assuming we have a reasonable amount of fold equity. Just taking some fish out. So we're going to c-bet and hope he gets the fuck out of my way. He doesn't, he goes all in, so trivial fold. So yeah, back to Dor Brunson. He's tweeted out that he doesn't think he's going to play tonight. And he just openly admitted it because he clearly doesn't think he has an edge in the game. And what I say to Dor Brunson on that is fair play to you, sir. It's important. This guy's doing my fucking head in with his Zeds. I'm just going to troll him by actually just tanking like fuck now. Well, it depends if this guy stays in the pot. I'm going to take my time. We have second pair, no kicker, and I will get back to Dor Brunson eventually. And we're facing a pretty, well, not super chunky bet. It's only half pot, but and no intention of calling rivers. I know we've kind of like checked back the flop, so we could consider calling this given that he might be bluffing, but he was betting into a player who's probably a fish, so I think he's much less likely to be bluffing than he is more likely to be value betting. So therefore I just let the king shit kicker go. This Radowin, he's a bit aggro to say the least. He's got a very high c-bet percentage, but that's also a very big size he's chosen, so we'll just let the sevens go this time. So yeah, Dor Brunson, let's finish the point. Don't care what happens in the hand, we're finishing the Dor Brunson point. He's basically said, I don't think I'm good enough. I wasn't comfortable playing for the kind of in that game last night versus those players for those stakes. Admits his game isn't in a good place, and you know, I think lots and lots of poker players from all walks of life and all limits that they play could do well to learn from him there. And just game select more and make sure you're putting yourself in games that you have edge in. If you don't think you have an edge in your game, just get out of it. Play a lower game where you do feel you have an edge and work on your game so then when you move up again, or you try to move up again, you may actually feel like you have an edge. I don't understand people who like playing games that they know they're not beating, or they think they're not beating, or they won't admit that they're not beating, and say, I'm just going to work on my game and learn to beat it. Learn to beat it at a lower limit. Just get better, move down where you can actually make money while you're learning. And then when you think you're ready to move back up and beat that limit, then move up and beat it. You don't have to pay your dues and like take a lot of licks at a limit you're not beating to learn to beat it. You can go back and think, right, these are the areas of the game I want to work on, so when I get back in that game, I'm better equipped to deal with it. Don't just lose buy-in after buy-in, tens and scores of buy-ins, trying to beat something that, is really hard for you to beat. I'm not saying never move back up. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, if you think a game's no good for you, then just don't play it. Don't play that game. And only play it when you think you can move back up and beat it. It's Miami. I'm pretty sure he's like a German ex-full ring player. I'm going to respect that 3-bet. I would 4-bet bluff versus some people with that hand, but with ace-10 offsuit, but not against Miami. I'm going to just bet my ace-queen here just to protect it now. Looks like he's like maybe giving up. If he has to have a hand like who knows what, Jack-10 or something, I'd like to deny equity versus it. And he calls deuce is a pretty good card. Hopefully we're going to win. Just going to check back, we're not going to bluff. Ace-10 offsuit, he's going to fold it versus the pot size open. We beat the 4 ace, which is nice. On the ace-4, whichever way you want to put it. And that board texture going to be pretty big. I played a little bit of 16NL on PokerStars this morning, and 16NL morning PokerStars is significantly tougher than 30NL nighttime Snap, and it's not even close. It's significantly tougher. It sounds a bit bonkers that games that are like half the size can be tougher, but I think that it's absolutely unquestionably the case. Don't want to caught with the king queen off here, so we'll 3-bet versus this small under the gun open. And pick up a caller. Not too surprised. Not the best of flops to expect a c-bet to get through on. But I think I'm going to think about double barreling here, and I'm going to double barrel any card over a 9. So we're going to bet here for sure, and then any card over a 9, we're going to bet the turn, because obviously a 9 gives us a good shot, Jack gives us an open ender, Queen King gives us a straight, and the ace hopefully gives us some fold equity plus a good shot. So definitely going to be double barreling this turn. I'm going to leave a lot behind for the river bet. I want to try and leave like a pot size bet, just a small over bet. Because unless he raises here, I fully intend on just going 3 streets. But we don't need to. Keep tagging, Reggie, keep tagging. There's new players in these games, new untagged players every single night, which I like. Again, I've been going through tagging some players through the day. Removing some of these fish tags and putting more specific like notes or stats or something on people. Most of them aren't showing back up again, which is a good thing in a way, because it means like some of the work that I'm doing kind of isn't really paying off, because I'm not seeing the players again straight away. But it does mean that the games are just full of non-regulars, which is nice. Not all of them are tagged. Some of these guys that I'm tagging as fish, when I actually find them in my database, they're playing like 16/5, which is like, yeah, they're not a good winning player, but there's not much juice in a 16/5. Yeah, you're beating them, they're not going to beat you, they're not going to make life difficult for you, but there's not that much juice in them either. not seeing too many like super loose maniacs. I'm just seeing tons and tons of like regs that are just way too tight and passive, and I'm just bad. I mean, I might not be a good reg in your eyes, but I'm seeing tons and tons of regs that are clearly way worse than I am. Pretty tempted to call this river. He's kind of saying like, I mean, if he's value betting worse than a jack, then absolute fair play to him. Absolute fair play to him. But we're going to beat all of his bluffs here. We beat every single one of his bluffs unless he's like turning a 4 into a bluff or something. Pocket nines. Fair play to the guy. Fair play to him. That's a good bet. See, tons of guys will just like check back pocket nines on the river there. They'll get called and they'll just think, well, check back, no problem. Which is why I don't have too much of an issue calling there on the paired board, because usually people are going to just have the jack or not very much. Guys that are capable of like value betting pocket nines there, you know, they deserve a little bit of payment. You know, they played the hand well, they deserve to get paid. I don't want to pay them off, of course, but they deserve to. Now, Matthew Jander suggests you open a lot of these like suited kings and stuff. But he does state that you probably shouldn't do it in low stakes games where the rake's high, so I'm happy not doing it. This Russian guy's putting the Zeds in again. Let's make sure the hand lasts a long time. Or maybe he's just having fun with the different pictures, who knows. I would normally 3-bet ace check out a position versus a cut-off open. But given his stack size, we're just going to call. Because if we 3-bet any jams, then I'm screwed. I just have to call it off and probably not be in good shape. He only bet 30 on the turn, which makes me think he's weak, so I'm going to check raise. And I think he probably doesn't have much he can call with, so therefore give him a chance to bluff. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe he just doesn't bluff. Maybe just one of these that gives up, who knows. With limped pot, bet flop, min bet turn, doesn't strike me as someone who's like super strong. Put the chat open. I'll do it just for him, just to do what he does. Is it 4 Zs? Is it for the ZZZ? I don't know. Oops, it's a 7. Give him a touch of his own medicine. He might appreciate it. What on earth is going on here? Why is this time taking so damn long? King Jack did not value bet the river. Absolutely no idea what went on there. Obviously, if I thought he could have a jack in his hand, I would have just, well, not certainly, but certainly would have considered leading the river. Personally, where's your money gone? You just won some off me. Now you got nothing. He keeps min betting, we're going to keep calling. If he bets bigger, we're going to fold. Don't expect to win very often, but while he's min betting, not really giving us much choice other than to call. We haven't been 4-bet almost ever so far during the last 4 videos. So the first time we do get 4-bet in what seems like a while. I'm going to respect it. Rather when we know it's aggressive. Why is everyone tanking on me tonight? Don't need the aggravation. I'm not going to raise him here. Would suck pretty hard if we got 3. Three bet again versus a vert fighter, or vertify, whatever it's called. Not in love with this against rather win, but we do block. So we don't block diamond draws, we don't block king queen, stuff like that. So that is a really bad river. That is a really, really bad river. Not really sure how we're going to win this one. Just let's hope he's got king queen, I guess. Ace 6. Not a fan of that placer. 2 overcards and a gut shot versus that bet size. I want to call and take my odds. Do I want to raise and then play for stacks against Cavapanga? I run the risk of getting check raised here by one of these 2 guys, which would disappoint me massively. Radwin just donking into me again. I'll let him take this one. We just had the ace king high this time and there was much going on. And looks like we're going to lose to Capapanga here. Is there any value at all in betting? I mean, who knows? He might just fold something. Who knows? Seems very, very unlikely, but for $5 we'll put the rest in, see what happens. He has the ace jack, which is a problem. And it's not been the best of sessions. I lost $20 before the start of the video when my aces got cracked by 10-8 suited, which was a bit of a pisser, but whatever. We're not going to squeeze here with the ace 10. I would against some players, but this 27 guys, like, pretty passive. Really no idea what motivates people to like consistently just type fish and ZZZZZ. You got to be some special kind of moron, I think, to do that constantly. I'm going to fold the 6s. We're not going to fold the aces. If our friend here's got a 7, then he's probably going to win all of my stack. We are going to check back the turn. We're not going to give him a chance to like raise us a second time. I'm just going to control the size of the pot a little bit here. And if he bets, I guess we're going to jam the river and just hope we haven't run into quads. We have to bet for value here. We lose to literally quads at this point. Oh, and tens full, of course. We lose the quads and tens full. Wow. It's not unite, I guess. Gotta keep on plugging away. To be fair, I've run so hot in these games recently. I can't complain too much when nothing goes right. It's annoying, of course. But there's no sense crying about it. And check raise Rado in here because he's just like so, I think, bad aggressive. Very unlikely he has like pocket tens or pocket queens. I'm pretty sure he'd just open them pre. We have backdoor diamonds, backdoor straight if he does have something really sexy. I'm gonna make this quite big because I want to just like ship the turn. So if we make it 7, he calls. That's gonna be 14 in the pot. We're still gonna have 21. It's hopefully it gives him scope to just think he can come over the top again here. And of course he has pocket threes. Oh, quads again. How nice. How thoroughly charming this session's being. That's quads twice, aces cracked by a 10-8 suited. This is a session. Poker is biting back. It's the one that keeps typing stuff in. He's a bit stabby, isn't he? We'll give him a chance to stab, or he just instantly checks. Found a new picture to put there. He took one back for the good guys. We're on the comeback run, guys. We are on the comeback trail. It seems like forever since we had something even close to playable. No, well, it's not Unite. It's probably not Unite. I'm just going to call this. This guy will sometimes sweep at this hand, but again, this guy doesn't steal, doesn't do anything aggressive very often, but I think King 9 suit is just too strong. Versus the button open. And I hope he doesn't make a large c-bet here. He doesn't, he checks back. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy's like weak enough to just check back an ace here. We're going to bet anyway because we pick up a draw to go with our gut shot. We now have a double gut shot and a flush draw, which is plenty enough to bet with when our opponent checks back. And unlike many people who make videos, this video will be going out. I know tons of guys, well, I don't know them, but there's plenty of guys who like literally never post videos when they either play badly or lose heavily. I'm not one of those guys. I don't have the time to fuck around recording and only showing the best sessions. This session's been a fucking write-off. But whatever. Now we're getting walks with queens in the big blind. This hasn't been happening recently, has it? Our big hands have been holding up, and we'll be getting action with them. Getting walks with queens and then getting them cracked when we do get action. That can go fuck itself. That's what that can do. That can just stop being a thing. 27 seems a bit more aggressive these days. Maybe I'm out of date with my thoughts on him. Maybe he's changed his style a lot since the last time I played. Probably have to check up on that. Not folding this, but not betting it. Now he's going to bet and cry call if he jams. Wow, he has taken the aggression pills tonight. I'm interested to go and look at his stats, because I remember him used to be like some weird like 27/5 type player. I mean, maybe he still is. Maybe he's just on a bit of a heater. Maybe he's just tilted. Who knows? But I'll certainly be going and looking him up after the session, seeing what's going on. Stu's still going at it. He just doesn't get bored, does he? I mean, what's he got? He got some sort of like brain injury or something? How do you just not get bored of doing that after a while? I do not understand. Understand people want to look at all the little pictures to you and type words in. You get that. And don't get still doing it 30 minutes later. I think that maybe shows some kind of mental health problem or brain injury. He's going to not fall for me to see if he just continues with this having fun typing. Just to amuse myself. Go on, do it, do it. Is that the same player? I don't think it's the same fucking player. What am I talking about? I'm losing the plot. Losing my money and losing the plot. That's what's going on. See but once here versus Persnick, given that it's a dry board and we do have a backdoor flush draw. 3-bet the 7-5 if he opens, but he doesn't. I'll flop a good shot again on a relatively dry board, so we're going to be c-betting. Red, please, dealer. Nope, that's not red. That's just some shitty pair that might get me in trouble. Not buying them in 3-bet, then the check. What do we beat here? If he's got any combination of high cards, we're just crushed. Didn't mean to fold on much, just meant to fold. Don't like giving me button up for this like small type raise with a hand that I would have played otherwise, but Queen 9 off. I'm not going to be defending that. Or defending my button with that. I've got about another 5 minutes or so before poker after dark time. Hopefully we can drag down a reasonable pot before then. It'd be quite disappointing to make a 40-minute video where I just get felted twice and don't drag a pot down worth more than about $3. That would be disappointing. This one. Let it be this one. Nope. That's the guy in it, Kavapanga. That's the guy who likes to type. He's not going to do it, and I'm bored of waiting for him to do it now. Flop. 1 pair. Have to call him in bet. Hope a nice red 8 rolls off. Nope. The green 4. Wonderful. Mike keeps betting 30 cents. We have to just keep calling, even though I really don't know what we beat at this point. You just never know. For 30 cents, I'm prepared to find out. I bet my handy just for a little bit of protection. There's like lots of hands that can have reasonable equity against me here. I don't want to let them realise it for free. If we get raised, then never mind, we'll just muck it. Given that he's been on the more aggressive side this session, and go to my 3-betting versus regs range rather than my 3-betting versus tight fish range. And we get a thoroughly abysmal. What the fuck is that 30 cents all about? Right. If I had a big pair here, I would raise for sure. And I would raise to about $3. So that is what we shall do. I'm just ignoring that 30 cents. No fucking clue what that was all about. And whatever, just crack on. Not the flop you're hoping for when you have the 2 3s. Not the flop you're hoping for with the king queen either. We haven't flopped well tonight. We haven't even got close to flopping well tonight. That's not a bad turn card though. Although given it's checked through twice, I don't expect my opponents to have very much here. I guess we need to see bet this ace deuce deuce. Given it's super unlikely as a deuce, if he doesn't have an ace, we hope we get it through. And at this point, I think I'm just going to give up. He's not folding an ace. He's clearly never going to fold the unlikely deuce if he does have an unlikely deuce. And the green 9 didn't help us. He's at it again, look. Ironically typing in lots of Zs when he's possibly the most boring person in the pool. Just for doing what he's doing. Kyrgyzstan. It's annoying now because I was just going to overlimp, but he's like reopened the bet into this dude now. So I'm just going to take the roof off it and we're going to make a normal size 3 bet, knowing that if he does go all in, I mean, that makes much difference. Not that it doesn't make any difference. We're just going to 3 bet and ignore the fact that he's limped, I guess. What the fuck is going on tonight? A, we're not hitting any flops. B, weird shit's happening. I'm going to bet around 290 here, I think. Hope he doesn't raise because that'd make me sad. And then just like jam the river if he calls. Kind of think he's like, not likely, but good chance he's going to have a jack here. There's a good chance he doesn't fold it, but he's took a weak enough line that I think we just need to do what we've done there. It could be easy to start second guessing yourself when things haven't been going your way and you've lost quite a few like sizable pots and you know you stuck a couple of buy-ins, but it's important that you just keep like sticking to your reads and just trying to play as close to your best as you can still. Don't really know what I'm thinking about here, to be honest. I'm not going to 3-bet the throne with the donkey tag. We are going to call because 4-5 suited is going to play pretty well in the multi-way pot against 2 players that I think are bad. It's going to do a good job of retaining its equity. And we're just going to lead out here. If we do have the best hand, if we're just against a bunch of overs, then we want to be making sure we don't let them get there for nothing against us. So he checks back the flop, just calls the turn. Interesting. I mean, we can't value bet the river, although maybe ace high calls. We can bluff catch a river, I think. And hope he hasn't just checked back a hand like pocket tens or something like that. So there we go. We are now fully into overtime, given that Poker After the Dark's about to start. So we're not going to continue playing just because we're stuck. We're going to stick to the plan and end the session. And yeah, we'll see you guys again pretty soon. Put out the blinds, and that'll do us. Bet this turn and then check back the river. It's way too drawy to think about anything else. Turns the 8th corner, really. He's going to bet here. He's just going to lead. I knew he was going to lead. We don't block spades. I think we're just going to have to call here. Of course. Of course. It's been a really sucky session, hasn't it? It's just 6 blinds. I guess we have to call. We've capped our range. I guess he can have some clubs. I think he's most likely going to turn up. It's just going to be an ace, but we've kept the pot small. It's a small bet. Yeah, of course. Go on, sit me out. Sit me out. We don't want any more hands. We've had enough. We're done. We're through. You've got your way. You've beaten us down. So there we go. End of the session. It's been a pretty much one of the worst sessions I've had in quite a while, I would say. And it's been what, maybe in total 3 buy-ins lost. In fact, let's pause the video, open holder, and join see. So yeah, it's been a howler of a session, really. We've played a grand total of 264 hands. We've lost at 138.71 blinds 100, which takes some fucking doing. And yeah, we just ran like the fat kid on Sports Day, didn't we? Well, never mind. We've been running really good before then, and as you can see, we still made like whatever that is, 7 buy-ins in 3,000 hands, so I certainly can't complain, but it's still irritating nevertheless. But there you go, that's poker. See you next time, guys, and bye for now.